Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my online class for Sunday the 8th of December. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, and we are going to make this card today, which is like a little peekaboo card. It stands up by itself and sits really pretty on that. So you could decorate it as anything that you want, really, depending what you've got. Apologies for the delay. I just got a phone call as I was getting online. So let me just get it up on the screen so I can see if anyone else is watching. We don't need stereo. Okay, so a pretty easy card, really. You can see that on the back there it's just an open circle, and then we've just decorated that with another one. So let's have a go. Thank you to Helen, who is my Stampin' Up team leader, or upline as they call them. This was one of the cards that I made when I was down her place, and got some extra time in the classroom after the retreat. So thank you very much, Helen. So we're going to start off with a piece of card. Now, this is a standard card width, which is 4 7/8 or thereabouts. So I've done that. I've got 5.5 by 4 7/8. So it's a very minimal difference in size. So the 5.5 side, which was this one here, we're going to score on that side. So 5.5, we want to score it in half. So half of 5 is half of 5 is 2.5. So half of 5.5 is 2 3/4. Should be. Now let's hope that my maths is right. I've got a little bit of a headache happening, so hopefully I can see that one person's there, so please do say hello if you're there. So 2 3/4 on the 5.5 side. Alright, so that means that now I just am second guessing myself. That's right. So the other side is the standard card width if you were to make it at the normal size. Alright, so that's just half that size, because you're going to get your circle, and that's going to give you the taller standard piece of the card. So we're just going to fold that in half, and you're going to keep it flat. Alright, that's the key to this, is that you need to keep it flat. And I've just realized that my trimmer is a little bit out of your... So I've got a piece of white. I'm suddenly feeling very hot. Piece of white. We're using the Spotlight on Nature dies, or I'm using the Spotlight on Nature dies. It's actually not going to matter too much which one you use, but what we want to do is get that kind of centered. So I want to go about there. I'm just going to put a pencil mark, because that's about halfway. 5 7/8 is 2 off. Oh, maybe it's there. 2 3/4. No, it's about there. I just want a rough estimate anyway, so I'm just going to pop that in with my pencil. I'm just going to put a trim mark in the middle there, and then obviously this way. So we can see that it's going to get cut out anyway. So that's our centre mark. So I would like to make my circle. I'm pretty sure I used this one slightly. I actually used a different die, but that's roughly about the same size. So you just want to make sure Hi Alison, it sounds like you're having a lovely time in Nelson. I'm so pleased to hear that. No problem at all. I'm just going to get all the bits out so that when we run it through, we don't get, it doesn't miss any cutting. I really like this, I actually like all of them, but I quite like the long, it's almost like a Morse codey kind of pattern, dots and dashes. And so this one, if we were to pop it in here, is roughly 2 3/4. So what I want to do is I want to get this so that it's in the middle. So I'm just going to use a Sharpie. So 2 1/2 of that would be, if it was 3, it would be 1 1/2. So it's going to be 1 1/2. It's going to be at this point here. Roughly, yeah. So that's just going to give us where we can line this up on our score mark, so that we can get roughly about an even amount. And so you're going to match this line and this little dot and this little dot to the center line, and it's going to go through there. And because we've just done that, you're not actually going to see, so if you've just got plain circles, use the plain circles. And then what we're going to do, because I've got another one to run through, is let's go that one. It's not much of a difference, is it? So let's go this one. Oh, that's about the same. Okay, so that's the right size. So I'm going to use that. But maybe it's this one, not that one, that I want. No, that looks to be the right size. Okay. So let me get our machine ready. So we're going to use base plate number 2, clear plate number 3, and then we're going to run this through so we can keep it fit. I'm using the big one. I'm just going to run that through like so. Carefully pull off our, and then we can pop our folder over and it's nice and even. And then what we're going to do, okay, we don't need that bit, it's just rip the whole piece out of it. Is we're going to line this up, and then we're going to pop this one inside it, and we're just going to make sure that it's nice and even. And this is just to give us a nice little finishing thing. If you're going to make it as like a wreath or something like that, then you know it doesn't have to be perfect. It's really just to give you something to hang your pieces on and make it a bit of a centerpiece. So this one's a little bit narrower, but that's okay. And then that gives you a die for something else that you want to use as well. let's just get this out of the way. So I've got a class on Saturday that I've been making cards for, which is a fancy fold card. I've got two, which I've put one up, but I'm halfway through. This is the next one that I'm doing, and I've made my lid a little bit too big on my prototype, but it's basically a little card in a box. And I should have listened to the instructions that I was following, and that would have made my lid a lot better, but I just need to finish decorating it. So that's one of the cards that we're making on Saturday. So if you, I needed to put this on. So if you are watching and you've got nothing to do next Saturday, because you know, you've finished all your stuff and you wanted to come and make some cards, then let me know if you're in Auckland and I can cut up another kit for you. I just realised that I needed to cut out the designer series paper. I should have put it on, glued it on. So that is some learning. Glue your paper on and then cut your circle. That way you'll get it in the right place. So we're just going to pop that through now. What I thought was going to be a nice quick easy card has turned out to be a little bit more fiddly, but that's okay. So what I should have also done is, with my post-it note, taken a little bit of the stickiness away, just because it can, because the pressure can it can put a little bit of a dent in. There we go. So we're going to glue that there. So see how easier it would have been if I had done that before cutting out. But nothing is impossible. I'm just going to get it that nice and just making sure that's all lined up there. And we're going to stick that down. Okay, so then we're going to fold our card in half. That's the trickiest part of the card, she says, after not actually doing it correctly the first time. Downside of those little dies is you get lots of little bits of paper everywhere. But that's okay. So then we've got this piece here. And we're going to stick that on there like that. So a very fine, actually, let's do a very fine. Now when I was making this, the first one that I made into a Christmas card, but actually it doesn't need to be. These birds are in our, this bird design paper is in our December, August to January, which is our Christmas mini. But I actually quite like it as paper. I'm not a big bird fan, I have to say. Birds, when I first looked at it, I was like, nah, not getting that. But the stamps here and dies and the paper I have used a lot, so So apparently I am a bit of a bird paper person. So do we want, I think I want those ones. I couldn't decide when I was setting up which. The bird die does actually cut this one out, and I think that one. So you could, so my card, where did I put it? My original card, I stamped and coloured. So you can still stamp and colour. You could, this would look gorgeous with flowers. This would look great with, like if you've still got the ladybird, or even the crafting one, the coffee one. Like it's not, don't, whatever set you've got, this will work with. I've got a white base, so I'm not actually going to put anything on the back, but if you are using a darker colour stamp, card, sorry, to write on, I would put a piece of white on the back. So you want to kind of go, that's, what did we say, 2 and 3/4, just under. So you probably want to go about 2.5 and then put a piece on the back. You probably want to put that, decide that before you cut your circle, or cut your circle out like I did with my DSP. You don't want to cut too many layers of your, sorry, I just realised that I was just talking and not doing anything in your screen. You don't want to cut through too many layers at once with your dies, because they aren't actually designed for that. They're designed to do one layer. So one layer in DSP will be fine, but then you can attach your, open it up, and you should be alright doing, it'll just be very tight, so be aware that that'll be something that might be really tight, and if it gets to a point that you feel like you're forcing it, then stop. Once it kind of clicks in, if you have to keep forcing it, then that's probably not a good space to be. Okay, so that is our birds. I might just move them over a little bit because I've made my inside of my circle slightly smaller without actually realizing it. There's not as much to grab hold of, but that's okay because it's still going to. So if I put glue there, and if I put glue hopefully there, will be what we need. Yeah, and down that branch, and that will hold it on. So you can see on the back, if you wanted to, you could cut a piece of, you could glue it to a piece of white card so that you haven't got that on the back, and then that is your card. So I'm thinking I might do a bit of red, just for something to bring some of this red out, which is not actually red. I think it's cherry cobbler, but it has some lovely, what is it? It has some lovely sentiments in this set, which I like too. A friend like you brings me happiness. Sending thanks and much love, and then thinking of you. So I'm just going to put that there. No, I'm not. I'm going to do that again. Oh, that's a bit of a trip, Andrea, to Christchurch. There we go. Hope the weather's nice down there. Yeah. nearly finished, although I was running late because I had a bit of a phone call. But so this is our card. I'm just doing the sentiment now. That's right, it's getting to a really busy time of year. I actually haven't even seen if anyone was able to make the card from last week. That's how I know how busy it is, because I am the same. It's crazy busy this week at work, and next week we finish on Wednesday. But we've got a performance evening on Thursday this week, and then we've got prize giving and graduation the following week. So totally get it, totally get it. So I hope the weather's nice. 2 hour drive. Oh, very hot. Yeah, it's quite hot and dry, isn't it? Down there. It's been a while since we've been down there, but we went in October and it was a mix of hot and sunny and snowy. We went further south though. And it's crazy to think, like, 2 hours from Christchurch, and on the map it doesn't seem that far. This is crazy to think of the South Island being so spread out, whereas the North Island is spread out, but not as spread out. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there with some dimensionals, if I can find where I put them. There. So I'm just going to put this onto here. Corner, or maybe a little bit over. What do we think? Yeah, I'm going to put it there. So just the middle of the island doesn't get as hot. No, we get hot, just different hot. We get humid hot, they get dry hot. I'm not quite sure which one is which one is which, or which one is worse. To be totally honest, I'm not going to keep that one, but I will keep that one. Alrighty, so I had Pool Party and Real Weird to play around with for my stamping. Let me just put this away. So it doesn't get lost. Also, just if you're watching and you're wanting to put an order in before Christmas, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9th to the 11th, there is free shipping. So and Celebration is coming up on the 7th of January. I am ordering my catalogues tomorrow, so if you would like anything, or if you would like one, let me know so that I can make sure that I get enough, and then I can post it to you. Alrighty, if you have ordered from me in the last six months, I will automatically send one to you. If you don't want one and you've ordered from me, please just let me know that and then I won't bug you and send you a catalogue. Alright, so that is one with the full stamping. This is the Country Woods Designer Series paper, and then this is actually the Nest of Winter paper and cutting out the bird. So that is our card for tonight. Christmas or Thinking of You. Let me just do a really quick double check to see if, because I haven't even seen a notification for the thing from last week. Oh, because I didn't do one last week. But did I draw the one the week before? I don't think I did. I think it was Jill. So Jill, I have got, Andrea, I've got these ones for you. Are you happy with them? That's from the week before last. I was, we had visitors last week, and I lost track of time. And so these ones were for, what were they for? Oh God. That was the cute flip open card. So you said gems, so I've got those ones. They're quite cute, I thought. So Jill, I will send you these ones for the one last week where I didn't do, or do you want to swap? Hi Helen, I'm good, thank you. Apart from a little bit of a migraine starting to develop, I had a sleep in it. Wow, my eyes have come back. I've got that headache in the back of my, so this is Jill. Jill, let me know if you'd like those, or if you would like some ribbon. There's some denim ribbon, petal pink and Misty Moonlight cotton ribbon, and then the frayed ribbon. So either of those, Jill, you're watching later on, I hope, and then let me know. And Andrea, I will send you those other ones. I think next week might be the last week because everyone's getting super busy. Where is the calendar? Yeah, the 15th I might do. Yeah. I think next Sunday will be the last live for this year, and then we'll come back. I just closed it. Come back. Let's say the 19th of January. So next week is our last one, and then we'll look at the 19th of January being the next one. So I'm going to put that on there. Let me start. I really appreciate everyone who comes along and watches and creates. I hope you have a go at doing this one. It's actually surprisingly easy. You can use lots of different colours, lots of different shapes. You don't have to use a square one. Could be quite cool too, depending on what you're going to put in it. I'd love to see what you make. So please do pop it up. I'll take a photo of these two now and pop it on my page so that you can add yours underneath it if you get a chance to. Thank you very much. Even though people aren't home, you're still popping in to say hi, and I'll watch the replay. So I look forward to seeing your creations if you have time to do that. Bye for now.